It's the Mariners' first day off of the regular season. We're going to review their 3-4 homestand and get you set for the weekend series against the Giants coming up here on the Locked On Mariners podcast. Colby, hit it.
You are Locked On Mariners, your daily Seattle Mariners podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Ahoy, sailors. It is Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. This is Tony Gonzalez and Colby Patnode for the Locked On Mariners podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. As always, if you want to hear from me and Colby even more and help support the show, you can check out our Patreon. All you have to do to check that out is click the link in the description of this episode. Going to be a pretty straightforward show today. We're going to review the Mariners' first 7 games of the year and then talk about their upcoming series with the Giants. 3-4 homestand for the M's as they get ready to go down to San Francisco for a very quick 3-game road trip. Then they're back home to face the Astros. Weird homestand for the Mariners, I would say. Because even in the 2 games that they won against the A's, the offense, not good. But then against the Tigers, they lose that series. But the offense in 2 of the 3 games actually looked pretty solid. Like they were actually able to make Monday's game semi-competitive. Like they were able to make the Tigers sweat at least a little bit after Emerson Hancock imploded. They outscored the Tigers 6-3 from the second inning onward. And then yesterday, like we talked about, you're going up against, the defending AL Cy Young Award winner and Tarek Skubal. You only get 3 runs, but that's about as good as you could possibly hope for against someone like Skubal, who was still really good yesterday. And you were able to get him out before he was able to even complete 6 full innings. So, yeah, hard to know where exactly I stand with the offense coming out of the first homestand. The pitching overall, the rotation outside of the Hancock start was, what you would expect out of this rotation for the most part. Bullpen had some shaky moments, but yeah. How are you feeling coming out of the homestand?
3-4 isn't good. It certainly sounds better than 2-5, which is where I think we all thought we were headed after Tuesday's loss. Somewhat ironically, the Mariners have finished the first 7 games of their season at 3-4 for 4 of the last 5 years. So, yeah, first week traditionally not kind to the Mariners, which is weird because they usually win on opening day. Whatever. So yeah, it was very interesting homestand. A lot of it mostly was kind of the expectation that we had in a lot of ways, right? Starting pitching pretty good. Emerson Hancock is going to get destroyed. Knew that was going to happen. Bullpen, they didn't lose a game this week, but they had a couple of close calls, a couple of sketchy moments that nearly cost the team a game or two. So. Still some questions about the bullpen. The offense was bad for 75% of the week, probably 80% of the week. They had one legitimately good game. Then you have the Skubal, the kind of rolling scale of that. And that was solid.
Okay.
We'll say solid against Skubal. And then they had the one good inning on opening night. So, not a lot of good offensive baseball, and yet they're 3-4, despite having the second lowest batting average in baseball. The only team below them, the Atlanta Braves, who are 0-7, so could be worse. And surviving and going 3-4 when you just really didn't play that good of baseball, really at all, for any extended stretch of time. Not too shabby. So not good. Could be worse. Needs to get better pretty quick here. Overall, just kind of an uneven week, some highs, some lows. Good news is that Logan dominated his first outing, and after kind of a rough first inning against Detroit, he really dominated the rest of that start. And Luis Castillo's looked very good through 2 starts, although don't consult F4 if you're trying to figure out how good Castillo's been through his first 2 starts. So, yeah, Randy's locked in. He's dialed in right now, which is good. Cal and Julio, for as bad as they've been, just watching them. I'd say you're actually pretty lucky to be 3-4 with those 2 guys struggling. the way they are. And yeah, I know Julio's got a high WRC plus, and yeah, he's taking walks, which is all well and good, but he has looked bad at the plate. Like, just call it like it is. He's mostly looked terrible at the plate. He's incredibly easy to pitch to again. Same way he's been pitched for the last 3 years. Still hasn't figured that out. Cal's just been not good, objectively not good. And yeah, so, it's one of those things where it's like, some good, some bad. Based on how they played, I think you should be pretty. I don't want to say you should be happy, but you should be 3-4 is like probably the best case scenario for how you played over that first week.
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty whelmed by what happened over the last 7 days. I mean, saw a lot of the stuff that I think we're all kind of just expecting with this team, unfortunately. And then there were some, cool moments sprinkled in. I mean, being able to beat Scooble is awesome. The 8th inning against the A's on opening day was awesome. Julio's homer on Sunday was awesome. So yeah, I think where I'm at with this offense right now is just like, I want to see them in a different ballpark, so we can eliminate, the T-Mobile Park weirdness and just see what this offense looks like. Unfortunately, we're only going to get that for 3 games this weekend, and then they're right back to T-Mobile Park for another 6 games against the Astros and the Rangers. So we're really not going to put this to the test until the 15th when they go to Cincinnati and then Toronto, and then they go to Boston. And then there's weirdness with a couple of those ballparks, Great American Ballpark. Like, that's going to be heavily skewed in favor of the hitters. Fenway is ridiculous, as we all know, and the Mariners tend to play some high scoring games there. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have too many like huge takeaways. Again, the rotation was pretty much just as you would expect. Gilbert was, sensational on opening day, and, was frustrated by the Tigers lineup in his second start, but still, was able to strike out 10 dudes and give the club a chance to win. Castillo's been awesome. Miller was fine against the A's. Wu was really good against the A's. We'll see how their second starts go here in the next couple of days, but yeah. And then the bullpen is just, again, like, who else can you lean on outside of Andres Munoz? So far, like we talked about yesterday, Gabe Spire looked great, or he's looked great.
Like what you've seen from Gregory Santos.
Yeah, Gregory Santos is keeping the ball on the ground, which is nice.
What he does.
Yeah. Does he have a strikeout yet?
I don't know if he does.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has like the last 7 hitters have all hit a ground ball. Sometimes ground balls turn into hits, but they very rarely turn into home runs. So so he gets a lot of ground balls, and Spire is kind of looking like 2023 Spire, which again, I'm telling you guys, go look at his StatCast page from 2023 to really grasp how good Gabe Spire is. So yeah, I mean, it's nice that we've seen Gabe kind of look like that. That was kind of a question mark and a big X factor for this bullpen. And, Santos, after barely seeing him last year and never seen him truly healthy, this year he's throwing 100-mile-an-hour sinkers and he's getting a ton of ground balls. And there are some positives out of the bullpen. There's some negatives too. And one of them is probably the guy we didn't talk about at all because he's just so like steady for the most part. But Trent Thornton has been bad. He's been bad. Yeah. Thornton, Sauce, pretty bad as well. So a couple of the guys that we just kind of took for granted, I guess, they're off to a slow start. Whereas guys like Spire and Santos, who we talked a lot about because they could, tilt the bullpen and all that stuff, they've actually been pretty good. And Munoz, well,
first 3 hitters been a bit iffy.
Yeah. Snyder's okay. He's better than Thornton. He's been better than Sauce, but not as good as Spire and Santos. So yeah, it's we'll see on that one, but I mean, and then Sam Pizzardo's been kind of, and then Vargas is just basically being used in mop up duty, although did a great job of it.
Yeah, again, salute to him for what he did on Monday. Yeah,
big time. So yeah, the bullpen, I'd say right now 3 hits, probably 3 hits, 1 big miss, and the rest are kind of like, so far. So it definitely needs to be better. And thankfully, again, you do have some built-in reinforcements coming apparently pretty soon. It does seem like Brash and Taylor are both going to be back barring setback, knock on wood. It does feel like they'll be back here well, for Taylor, probably another week or two, assuming they want to make a roster move. I guess they could send him to AAA, but why? And then Brash probably be back probably 3 weeks or so would be my guess. So
I want to talk about a couple of guys that I think are pretty close to turning the corner in just a moment. But first, a reminder, this episode of the Locked On Mariners podcast is brought to you by Monarch Money. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Managing money with your partner is smoother than ever. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, and stay on the same page without the stress. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use promo code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, promo code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year. And you're listening to the Locked On Mariners podcast. So once again, you guys have already gotten us to our ultimate goal in our giveaway that we're currently running. So there are no more prizes to be added to the grand prize that one of you is going to come away with. But today is the last eligible video that could be chosen for a comment to be selected from to pick that winner. So you still want to leave a comment down below just in case this is the video that the software that we're going to use winds up picking to pick the comment from, blah, 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 blah. Right. So just to be safe, leave a comment down below so you can get yourself entered. And hey, if you're not subscribed already, you also have to do that in order to be eligible to win the grand prize. So get on that. And tell your friends, tell your family to come over and subscribe as well. Leave a comment so you can increase your chances of winning. Maybe you guys can split the prize and all that. In case people, for some reason, don't know by now, we've been talking about it for the last 2 weeks, Colby, but in case they don't know by now what they could potentially win, maybe this is their first episode of Locked On Mariners in a little while, or maybe their first episode of Locked On Mariners ever. What is in the grand prize?
So in addition to $125 in Simply Seattle gift certificates, fresh out of Ty's pocket, you also will now win this JP Crawford autograph card, this Victor Robles autograph card, the Eugenio Suarez autograph card, and this Felnin Celestin autograph card, as well as this Lazaro Montes autograph card. So 5 autograph cards, $125 in Simply Seattle gift certificates. Yes, they do ship. Don't worry. That's all yours. And all you have to do, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Hope you get lucky. Only one person is walking away with all of those prizes. Terms and conditions will be listed in the description down below.
So, so you mentioned it earlier that, Julio's WRC plus pretty good right now, 150. He's walking a lot, also striking out a lot, but yeah. Dylan Moore is leading the team right now in WRC plus. Randy Arozarena is third. Jorge Polanco is second, WRC plus. Steve Polo is able to return for the Giants series coming off of the paternity list. Congratulations to Jorge and his family. Luke Raley, 134 WRC plus. There's a couple of guys on here that have negative WRC pluses or sub average WRC pluses that I look at it and I go, you know what, those guys been a bit unlucky. JP Crawford had a couple of hard hit balls that just found gloves. Mitch Garver, though, we talked about him yesterday. He's running a negative 22 WRC plus right now. It doesn't feel well. I mean, all right, look, yesterday he got cooked by Tarek Skubal, but he also had a hard hit ball, 104.3. Yeah,
by Skubal, and the answer is Dylan Moore.
That's right. But he had a 104.3 mile per hour flyout yesterday. Just got a little too underneath it. He had that hard hit ball on Sunday against JP Sears to right field that in normal conditions was projected to leave the ballpark. That just ended up dying and going into the glove of Lawrence Butler. He had a single in the second game of the year. He's also just not playing a ton right now. So it's, yeah.
You got to give Rowdy Tellez a shot, Ty.
Yeah. Ryan Bliss has had a couple of hard hit balls that have just found gloves. He's been able to drive the ball a couple of times. It just hasn't led to anything. He's still been really good defensively and on the base pass. He's just not getting on the bases enough right now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so there's a few guys where I think like they're close to turning the corner, or their luck is about to turn soon. So yeah, I expect better numbers soon for Garver, for Bliss, for JP, because I think that the process with those three guys in particular has been pretty good. And like, obviously Cal's going to figure it out.
We talked about this a lot. Garver should be playing pretty much every day, should be getting a ton of DH at-bats right now. And it's insane that the Mariners are trying to make Rowdy Tellez a thing. But yeah, Garver, I feel pretty good about is going to turn it around at some point here. JP, some longer swings, some good swings. We'll see. But yeah, overall, I think JP's gotten a little bit more unlucky than he's been bad. Yeah, Bliss right now, he's having trouble laying off of that high fastball. That's kind of been his bugaboo right now. So anything top third of the zone and up, he's really struggling to cover that pitch right now. So until he can do it, that's how he's going to get pitched. So we'll see. The nice thing is that the Mariners have stuck with him at second base. I believe he's made all but one start this year at second base. So it does feel like they're actually giving him the reins here. Maybe some of that is because Polo went on the paternity list, and so Dylan Moore could play third. I don't know, whatever. But they're giving Bliss a real shot here, and he's shown some good things, but he does need to find some more hits. It's nice that he can walk a little, but does need to hit some in order to be an everyday player. But the defense has been really good, and obviously we know the havoc he can cause on the bases. So yeah. Overall, there's some guys who are producing right now who are not playing that well. There are guys who aren't producing who are playing better than the numbers would indicate. And that's just the fun of small sample sizes, right? I mean, we're not even at 5% of the way through the season. And so these things will normalize. But yeah, it does right now feel like there's, a good bit of unluckiness, bad luck happening, particularly in the Oakland series. It felt like there was a lot of it, but that happens. It's baseball, and eventually you hope those things even out. I know players never will agree that they even out. Like they torch a ball they want to hit. They don't care about the bleeder they get later that should have been caught. But yeah, you hope those things even out over a longer season and a bigger sample size. But yeah, some of these guys just need to play more. Mitch Garver needs to play more. For example. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, there are some positive signs out of this, and even Julio, who I think has been just terribly unfun to watch. He is drawing a lot of walks right now, which is
drawing walks, has had some extra base hits. Yeah,
sure. I mean, the bad at bats are. I mean, he looks like the worst hitter on the planet when he has a bad at bat. So, but yeah, I think, yesterday he had a really good at bat off of Scooble, I believe, in the sixth, or was it Vest maybe? He got a 99-mile-an-hour fastball in the inner third, and he fouled it straight back. He was on it. He didn't, try to flip it into right field. And then he took a couple of close pitches blown away for ball four. So if he's starting to if he's starting to recognize that pitch, and maybe it's just because it's Scooble and it's not a slider moving away from him, blah, blah, blah. But we know what Julio's kryptonite is right now. Guys are pitching him hard inside, and he's either hitting that ball and grounding it to the shortstop, or he's way behind it and he's popping it up into right field. And then they're putting him away with the slider away. It's the same formula that worked in 2023 for most of the year. It's the same formula that worked for most of the year last year. Julio knows it. He knows how they're going to pitch him. He has to make the adjustment, and maybe he's starting to, but again, at least he's walking, at least he's hitting for some power. And yeah, he is playing some pretty good defense out in center field. So
Yeah, at times it seems like he's able to lay off it. I feel like he's recognizing it a little bit more often than he has in the past, or at least like in the early going when he's gotten off to these slow starts in April. But there's still like the really bad examples where he's swinging out of his shoes and he's chasing a slider that's like almost a full foot outside of the strike zone and all that. Right. So yeah, I mean, for the most part, not super concerned about Julio, but like I feel like we've actually seen some more positives than we have in other.
He looks closer this April than he did last April.
Yeah. So the Mariners heading down to San Francisco for a quick 3-game road trip. Giants home opener tomorrow, so it's a day game. We'll be doing a post-game show after that one, so be sure to join us for that. We're going to get you set for the series in just a moment, but first a reminder, this episode of the Locked On Mariners podcast is brought to you by Just Ingredients and wonderful pistachios. When it comes to fueling your body, quality matters. That's why Just Ingredients is changing the game with clean, high-quality products designed to support better health and peak performance. Just Ingredients offers an NSF-certified line of protein powder, electrolytes, pre-workout, and creatine, all rigorously tested to ensure they're free from substances banned by major athletic organizations. Just Ingredients has also partnered with two-time MVP Bryce Harper, who trusts their NSF-certified sports line to fuel his training and recovery. I love that Just Ingredients prioritizes wholesome, nourishing ingredients without the artificial junk. Visit justingredients.us and use the promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's LOCKEDONMLB for 20% off. And for more wellness tips, follow @just.ingredients on Instagram. Looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better for you unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. Personally, I love the no shells variety. It's the perfect grab and go snack for busy days. Whether I'm snacking at my desk or on a road trip or just need a quick protein boost, they're always my go-to. And if you love cracking open every shell for that satisfying crunch, the in-shell options are a classic favorite. Get snacking and get cracking with a snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. And you're listening to the Locked On Mariners podcast. Mariners going down to San Francisco for a very quick 3-game road trip like we talked about. Home opener for the Giants tomorrow. Do a post-game show like we said. So be sure to join us for that one. It's going to be Justin Verlander. Can't escape this dude. Even when he goes to the National League, Mariners are going to face him. Just,
only time they face the Giants all year. And of course, Verlander's pitching. Of course. Yep.
Bryce Miller taking the bump against them. Coming off of a solid start against the A's. I would say, not great, but solid. Give up 3 runs in that one. So we'll see what Verlander just looks like. How old is he now? 41, 42?
42, I think.
Yeah. So we'll see what that looks like. And then Saturday is the matchup that everyone's looking at here with regards to the Mariners. Brian Wu gets Robbie Ray. Robbie obviously now healthy again. Coming off of Tommy John surgery in 2023. Not a great first start for Robbie against Cincinnati. So we'll see how that goes. Revenge game, all that good stuff. Blah 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 blah. And then Sunday we'll see what happens with the Hancock spot. It's not going to be Emerson Hancock though. So is it a bullpen day? Is it Logan Evans if he gets scratched tonight from his scheduled start in Tacoma? We'll see.
Or is it Logan Gilbert?
Yeah, because they do have the off day. So Gilbert would be on his full rest. So yeah. So yeah, Giants just swept the Astros. They had a really good road trip. Went 5-1. Went 5-1 against the Reds and the Astros. Scored a ton of runs. Pitched really well. It's going to be a tough matchup for the M's here in the early going.
Do avoid Logan Webb, which is nice. But obviously Verlander and then Ray. I think Ray was actually like 15 up, 15 down in his last start, and then it just collapsed in the 6th.
Oh, was he? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And then Hicks, he's going to throw hard. We'll see what the Mariners can do off of him. Verlander tomorrow will be interesting to see what the stuff looks like at that age. We know it's slowly ticked down, but every time he faces the Mariners, he seems to have 97 randomly in his back pocket in like the 7th, 8th inning, when he'll be pitching most of the game at 92, 93. So, it's certainly not scary Justin Verlander anymore, but it's still Justin Verlander. And, these guys have been known to turn back the clock a couple times a year. So that'll be an interesting matchup as well. The Mariners should be very familiar with Verlander. There should be no surprises there. They should also be pretty familiar with Robbie Ray. I would hope we see Garver get 2 starts in this series. Obviously, he'll be in the lineup against Ray. I'd like to see him in the lineup all 3 games, but whatever. I'll take what I can get, knowing that Rowdy Tellez will probably get 2 starts that Garver deserves. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but it's going to be an interesting pitching matchup. You have a team that's playing pretty well right now versus a team who's not playing very well. The Mariners, more talented roster. But the Giants are just playing better ball, and obviously they have the whole opening day thing going on, so they should be playing with a little bit of extra juice at home for the first time. Crowd's going to be into it. Like you said, they're 5-2, so the crowd's going to be pretty amped up, and it's Justin Verlander. Hopefully they can win their first series of the year, take 2 out of 3 here, and kind of get back home before they play the Astros. Mariners should be pretty amped up to play the Astros, and maybe that'll be kind of the catalyst to jumpstart the offense and all of that. So we'll see. But fun pitching matchups all weekend, and we'll just see which team hits more, and that'll determine who wins this series. It's really a pretty simple formula.
Yeah, Sunday will be really fascinating. Jordan Hicks, who's one of these, reliever to starter conversions over the last couple of years, had a really good start against the Astros, went 6 innings, struck out 6, didn't give up a run. So that's going to be a tough matchup. He's a guy that can really crank it up in terms of the velocity. Who is he going up against? That's the massive question. Is it going to be a bullpen day where like Jonathan Diaz starts it off and we see Carlos Vargas for a couple of innings and, they just kind of hand off the baton one after the other? Or is it going to be Logan Evans making his major league debut, right? Or is it Logan Gilbert, who literally had the best start of his career in this ballpark 2 years ago? So wide variety of possibilities there for the Mariners going up against Jordan Hicks on Sunday. The Robbie Ray start is going to be fascinating. That's going to be one that I am absolutely staying off of Twitter for, unless they smoke him. And then at that point, I'll be like, oh, okay, the coast is clear. I can come back. But that's one that I don't want to be on social media for. And then, again, like I said, interested to see this offense in a different ballpark. It's only going to be 3 games, but interested to see if this team can continue to hit the ball hard, if maybe they get rewarded for that a little bit more than they did on the homestand, all that good stuff. So yeah, it should be an interesting series. Good, nice little test here in the early going for the M's. So that's going to do it for our show. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Locked On Mariners podcast. Again, post-game show tomorrow after the game. So we'll see you guys here, I don't know, around 5-6 o'clock Pacific time, depending on how long it takes us to get the thing uploaded and all that. For Colby Patnode, I'm Titan Gonzalez. Be sure to give us a follow on Twitter at LO_Mariners. You can follow me at Titan Gonzalez. Colby at CPAT11. That's CPAT11. We're also on Blue Sky. You can follow me at TDG, Colby at MLB Colby, and the show at Locked On Mariners. Have yourself a beautiful baseball day, and we'll see you next time. Peace.